Good Tuesday morning, everybody. We are here with Brad Hurdick, and let me tell you something. We had an amazing day yesterday with Brad. He spoke to our students with an amazing story, and before we get finished today, I will give you the information that you can contact Brad, and maybe he can come speak to you. But he spoke to Shirley yesterday morning. He came to us Tuesday afternoon, and I'm just going to let Brad. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, things are a little different here with Brad.
Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, Brad, just tell us why you have these and what happened in your junior or sophomore year in high school.
Yeah, I just finished. So, yeah, I grew up as a typical student athlete, Northwest Ohio. Loved doing things. I was a real big athlete, played football, basketball, baseball. Just after finishing my sophomore year, I had a life-changing experience. I was at a summer job, actually, working for a friend's dad, operating a huge 500-ton power press along with a couple other buddies. As I was reaching into this huge machine, this machine comes down on both of my arms and takes both of my hands off instantly. And that dramatically changed my life afterwards. I tried to make a comeback through that, playing sports. Was able to play a little bit with that, and maybe we'll get to share a little bit about that. But so post that, I got prosthetic hands, and this is what I now use for everyday life. Yeah.
So he's pretty cool. He wears a watch.
Yeah.
And he's married, and he wears a wedding ring. So that's pretty cool.
Sure.
And if you'll turn that thumb up,
ripped out.
Ripped off his
I got
thumbnail.
it ripped up. Yeah,
I mean, people cry about
about
that, but that don't bother you, does it, Brad?
Yeah, not a shed a tear, not a single tear over that one.
But
no.
you're getting new gloves.
I'm getting a new glove next week. They just cut these off, put a new one on. They get tore up, unlike our skin doesn't heal itself.
So when he spoke to the students, I'm going to let him show you real quick. After the press came down on it, you just took off running, and you looked down and show us what you saw.
Yeah, so I looked down, and both of my hands are gone. So I'm going to take this left off for you here, and then the right. So part of my hand was still attached. The doctors tried to save that. They weren't able to. And I look over to the right, and it was half gone. And that was hard for me to see. And it was just life-changing. And my boss gets to me. He just says, "Are you okay?" Grabs me by the shoulders, leads me to his vehicle. We speed off to a local hospital.
And from there, med flight to a larger hospital. But then he decides he wants to play football again, your junior year.
Yeah.
And tell us what your football
Well,
coach
my
said.
coach, he invited me out. He said, "Hey, rejoin the team. We'll take it one step at a time." So I do. I show up to a practice. I'm thirsty. He, all practice long, everyone was picking the water bottle for me. I thought he was going to do the same. I point the water bottle to him. Instead, he looks at the water bottle on the ground, looks up at me, and he says, "If you are thirsty enough, you will find a way." And I thought, well, you jerk. Like, why don't you pick it up, right? But he wasn't being a jerk. I knew my coach. He was actually trying to help me out. So I figured that out for myself. I dropped down to my knees. I picked the water bottle up. I pushed pull the cap, push it, and squeeze it and get a drink. And it never tasted so good to me. So that, for me, was a big paradigm shift where I realized that if I can do this one thing, I can do other things. And so I decided I was going to find a way every day.
And so that's why he came and shared with our students today. Find a way. That's the message. Find a way. And what a great inspiration. Well, we appreciate Brad. Just a little goofy thing, so I want to ask you if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I know you're about to head to the airport.
Yeah.
And fly home. So do you have to take these off to go through TSA?
I do not. I
Because
one
they're
time.
metal
Yeah, they are
inside.
metal. Yeah, so they take me through the side. They do a little diagnostic testing on the strip on the side, making sure I don't have like explosives or something in it or paraphernalia. And then I'm good to go. So don't usually have to do anything like pat downs or anything special.
And so one other question, because this is huge with the kids. This is what I heard. Can you text?
That is huge.
Can
It
you
is.
text?
I cannot with these. I can't. I know it.
How do you answer yourself?
So
How do you live without
I
texting?
know it. I know. So I still use a phone. I use a little stylus. So I can't use those hands because they don't have the energy to activate the touchscreen. I have a little stylus that I typically carry with me. It has a little special tip on the end that activates the touchscreen. So I use that on my cell phone.
Found a way.
Works great. I found a way.
Brush your teeth. You do that
Brush
with
my
these.
teeth, cook, clean, cut the grass. Although I don't tell my wife I can do all those things.
We won't show this to her.
Yeah, don't let her see this video. So, yeah, I can do all those types of things, and they work well for me.
All right. So if you're interested in bringing Brad to a church, you speak at
speak
churches,
as well. Share my faith.
schools.
Yeah.
You got a great faith message as well. Just contact me here at school, and I'll get you Brad's information.